In Luke 2:16 we read, "So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby who was lying in the manger." I once read an Amish quotation, "The hurrier I go, the behinder I get." I think we understand. It seems that everyone's in a hurry, and with Christmas rapidly approaching, we will likely experience a greater pressure to complete everything that needs to be finished before Christmas. Now, with the Christmas season almost upon us, I've noticed that the decorations are beginning to appear, and I'm even hearing the odd Christmas carol or two. You may have as well. We may even see a white Christmas yet here in South Australia, given our weather patterns. However, I think of a comment that someone once made, that all the white that they wanted was a little more white space on their calendar in December. Now, December tends to become very busy in most households. Pageants, parties, shopping, food preparation, gifts to buy and wrap. Then there are people to see, things to do, and things to buy. The busyness of the season can leave us wondering what it's all about, with things tending to crowd out the spiritual significance of the season. I wonder if the people who were involved in the first Christmas story ever thought that the celebration of Christ's birth would become so busy and so hurried. The shepherds, the angels, the wise men, Mary and Joseph. Was hurriedness, if that's a word, present the night that Jesus was born? We might think that it wasn't, but actually there was a hurry present that night. However, it wasn't to Kmart or Woolies that people were rushing. The shepherds who were out there in their fields caring for their sheep, an angel came and appeared to them and told them the Christ child had been born. Luke 2:16 says that they hurried off to find him lying in a manger. Now, had I been one of those shepherds, I think that I would have been silent when I arrived at the stable. And I think that I would have just simply stood there in amazement. In the presence of Jesus, I wonder if those shepherds were reflective and silent. Indeed, I wonder if we could do that same thing today, if we could be the same. In the middle of our end of year focus with so much to do, could we stop and step away from our work just for a moment? Could we slow down long enough to hurry in another direction? Would we, or could we put our activities on hold so that we might quietly meet with Jesus? Could we be content and even silent in the presence of Jesus? If we were to do that, we may just discover that this is how we celebrate the coming of Jesus, how we celebrate Christmas, how we celebrate God with us, Emmanuel. We may discover or rediscover a season that will strengthen us spiritually instead of sapping our energy and our joy. It's worth thinking about. It's worth considering. So take time to pause, to reflect and be quiet in the presence of the living Lord Jesus. After all, he is the reason for the season. I trust that you have a blessed and unhurried week.